The ground cracked open beneath the Mesopotamian sun, and from it rose a face that wasn't meant to be seen again. In 1843, French consul and archaeologist Paul-Émile Botta stood before a monumental figure emerging from the earth near the village of Khorsabad in northern Iraq. At first, he thought he had found Nineveh. In truth, he had uncovered the long-lost capital of King Sargon II, Dur-Sharrukin, the fortress of Sargon. The city had been forgotten for over 2 millennia, but the statues had waited. Towering more than 4 meters tall and carved from solid gypsum, the creatures were like nothing else in the ancient world. Each had the body of a bull or lion, the wings of an eagle, and the face of a man crowned with a horned cap, an embodiment of strength, swiftness, vision, and divine authority. These were Lamassu, the great protective spirits of the Assyrian Empire. Installed at the entrances of palaces and citadels, they did not kneel or bow. They stood, frozen mid-step, silently commanding respect from all who passed beneath them. Botta's team uncovered them buried in collapsed palace gates, half submerged in layers of debris. They were not alone. Chambers of relief carvings, inscriptions and broken statues surrounded them, remnants of a city that had never fulfilled its purpose. Dur-Sharrukin had been built rapidly under Sargon II's reign and was intended as a symbol of imperial power. But when the king died in battle in 705 BCE, the capital was abandoned. The Lamassu, placed so carefully at its gates, remained to guard nothing but dust. Dozens of Lamassu have been recovered from sites like Dur-Sharrukin, Nineveh, and Nimrud. Most appear in nearly identical poses: front-facing heads, 5 legs to suggest motion, symmetrical wings, stylized beards. Inscriptions carved along their flanks invoked blessings and curses, calling on gods to protect the palace while threatening destruction upon any who would harm it. Despite their consistency, no ancient record explains why this specific form, part animal, part bird, part man, was so obsessively repeated. Theories abound. Some scholars view the Lamassu as spiritual guardians, adapted from earlier Sumerian and Akkadian beliefs. Others see them as political tools, living metaphors of empire, designed to inspire awe and suppress rebellion. Their silence has kept the answer just beyond reach. In the 19th century, several of the recovered Lamassu were transported to Europe. Botta sent some to the Louvre in Paris, where they still stand today. More followed. One pair now resides in the British Museum, another in the Oriental Institute of Chicago. Transporting them was an ordeal of ingenuity. Teams used sledges, barges, and reinforced crates to move these 20-ton blocks of history across continents. Others remained in Iraq, some protected, many not. In 2015, the world watched in horror as extremist militants released footage of Lamassu being destroyed in the ruins of Nineveh. It wasn't just an act of vandalism, it was the deliberate erasure of a voice that had endured for 2,700 years without speaking a word. Even in ruin, they persist. Their broken wings and weathered faces continue to provoke unease and fascination. To stand before one, whether in a museum or amid ruins, is to feel the weight of a civilization that engineered myth into architecture. The Lamassu do not tell stories. They occupy space. Their forms endure, not to be understood, but to be endured.